now who you'd have said, never them, never her, never him, never. And they're now going, hold on a second, this has started to make sense. And you're going, not you. I mean, people are now awakening who, a very short time ago, mate, would have laughed this stuff in the face. And that's the level of transformation that's now going. And we've seen nothing yet. But, of course, as this happens, the cornered rat is going to throw everything at us to try to hold on to its power. And there's going to be a lot of challenges, and it's going to be a lot of upheaval, and it's going to create as much chaos as it can so that we get pulled in the five senses of fear and anxiety and, oh, my God. But it's not got the power to ultimately prevail. It's not. But it can cause a lot of problems for us, as it already is.
And that's what the new war is about. That's what it's all about. Yeah. What's the name of the new book coming out?
Remember Who You Are. And it's a multiple. It's not just about that one, thing that comes to mind when you say that. It's a massive tapestry of information. But remember who you are. Yeah, you're not Ethel Jones. You're not Charlie Smith. You're not your job. You're not your income bracket. You're not your color or your race. That's what you're experiencing. You are consciousness, all-powerful, infinite, eternal consciousness. All that is, can be, and ever will be. And when we move to that perception of self, to that self-identity, suddenly, power's little me, I just work down the store, forget it. That's an experience. It's not who you are. And this recognition of our true self and our true power is what's going to bring this house of cards down. Because the house of cards is held together by us believing the illusion that we're only little me.
You know, David, not only is the public on fire, the general population waking up, I don't think in probably 50 interviews, just a guesstimation, I've ever heard you this energized. In fact, it's painful to even end this interview with you now because I can't imagine what else you have to say. You sound like you are on fire right now.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm energized. You know what it's like? You know when you bang your head against a wall and you get a headache and then suddenly the wall starts to crumble, you think, hey, I'll bang it some more now. And to see the light go on in so many people, I mean, the 2,000 people turning up in just one part of Australia, which has a population of only 22 million. I mean, there were 6 other events as well as that. And we're moving. And I'm just coming into America. I'm talking in Cleveland, Ohio, next Saturday, and then New York the Saturday after that, Sunday after that. And I'm looking forward to going to the Wall Street protest and seeing what's really going on there.
Wait a minute. You're in the U.S.? Well, let us during the main show. Let me put you on hold right now. I know Ventura's people want to call you right now about getting you on the show. They're listening right now. They're about to call your hotel room there on the other side of the planet in New Zealand. But what about Jaron emailing you, and so we can really have a full discussion? This quickening is accelerating. How about you come on when you're here in the U.S.?
Yeah, no problem.
Do they go to davidike.com to find tickets and all that?
Yeah. It's very simple. If they go to davidike.com, it's all there. Yeah, but it's amazing what's happening, Alex. It really is. And
well, David, I'll say this in closing, and I'm going to go to break and say bye to you during the break, and then Michael's going to give you a call from Ventura's people, but I can feel it. I mean, whatever it is, whether you're right or wrong, this is not of this world. Like the devil, as Christians say, whatever. There is a system of evil tying things together that you can only describe as extraordinary and anti-human. And whatever it is, some group consciousness of the psychopaths together, whatever it is, it's got to be met. And I can feel the victory coming. Few of us are well known and actually can be recognized. The general public feels like they're alone. That's the point I made at the start of this interview, is that you're known, I'm known, a few others are known. We see how many people are awake. I want folks to take heart and realize the numbers of awake people is swelling, and as you said, the cornered rat is going to strike.
Yes, it is, but it's not going to prevail. It's not going to prevail. It's striking out of panic to a large extent because it's trying to keep the lid on this. It's no accident that at the same time that this awakening is happening, it's the same time that they're throwing everything they can at us. It's because they're trying to keep the lid on this, and they can't, and therefore they better get used to it.
Well, all I can say is excellent job with everything you're doing, David, davidike.com. Again, where all are you speaking in the U.S.?
Cleveland, Ohio, in a week Saturday, and then New York the following Sunday.
I need to get out to one of those events. David, I still have never met you in person.
I know. Come to New York, mate.
I guess I can let the TSA grab me. You know what? Is that not slave training for these serpents to put their hands on us?
Oh yeah, I mean, all this stuff of the rub down for children and stuff. It's preparing children to find that totally acceptable. I've mentioned in the new book, efforts, and I'm sure you've come across them, efforts to make pedophilia and sex with children to acceptable and a normal part of stuff. And what we're seeing with the so-called human rights, UN human rights of the child and all that stuff. Some of it sounds good on the surface, but it's all part of a massive tapestry of removing power of the parents over the lives of the child, and so giving it to the state under the illusion of giving it to the child. This is why these horrendous bloody vaccines that they're doing for girls and offering it for trying to getting in for boys now. That some states are. Or some authorities are saying that the girl must have the right to decide if they have it, not the parents. So it's all part of this eroding of parental influence over their children, because the state wants the kids. And Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, it's all in there.
Well, David Icke, we're going to go to this little promo for the Money Bomb we're doing right now, and I'll say bye to you during this break.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back with Mike Adams for the next 2 hours with a bunch of guests fighting against those that wish to take people's access to raw milk. But again, the system is scared. I mean, you agree with that, David? What's the time frame until it's clear that these creatures are being routed?
Yeah, the greatest fear is that their source of sustenance and source of slavery will be lost, and that manifests out in so many different ways. It's fear.
All right, I'm going to talk to you during the break. I want to set you up right now because I want to do a whole other interview. You're on fire. David Icke, Mike Adams coming up with breaking news, Gerald Celente, and more. Stay with us.